Okay, well, welcome everyone. My name is Su-Ling Ching and I'm the President and CEO of the Ottawa Board of Trade. And we're very pleased to have you here today to talk about some important programming that we have been able to roll out in partnership with some local stakeholders and supported by our funders at the different levels of government. So as you know, the Board of Trade, as the voice for business in the Ottawa region, has been advocating on your behalf for a competitive business environment, and with a focus these last few months on helping our business community evolve through the pandemic, the COVID, what we're calling it these days, and to make sure that businesses are able to not just survive, but also thrive. And some of the partners that we have been able to work with, including Invest Ottawa and the Toronto Board of Trade and the Toronto World Trade Center, have been awesome partners in making sure that we can leverage the support that the government has put forward for all of us, and to come up with programming that will help us today, but also help build your business as we move forward. And a lot of these programs are ones that we'd already identified as necessary skills for our businesses to compete in a global economic environment, and to take advantage of current trends, including online marketing, digital transformation, and making sure that our businesses are in the best possible position to continue to grow. So we're very grateful today to have Paula here from Invest Ottawa, Agatha here, as well as Vincent from the Toronto Board of Trade and the Toronto World Trade Center, to share a little bit about what these programs have to offer, how you can get involved. And the really exciting thing is that all of these programs are either no or very low cost to our business community at this stage in the game. So what might otherwise have been a real business cost and investment in order to take advantage of this kind of expertise and information is now being offered to our business community as part of the COVID response. And so we hope as many businesses in our area as possible can take advantage of this opportunity to move forward. So I thank you all for being here today. Definitely, we are relying on the government and collaboration among our stakeholders to get us through to the other side of this challenging and changing time. Having said that, we know that you as business owners also need to draw on the resilience and the innovation that you demonstrated when you became entrepreneurs to also take the best advantage possible of these opportunities. So we thank you for that, and we thank you for your continued resilience. We encourage you, we are recording this session, we encourage you to share this within your network so that collectively as a business community, that we have the most advantage possible with this programming. And thank you to Paula, Agatha, and to Vincent for being here today. And Lynn, thank you for organizing this fabulous info session, and I turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, Su-Ling. So today's program is going to work like this. We have 3 different programs that we're going to hear about, and each presenter is going to talk for about 10 minutes or so on their program that they're representing. And then once they've had a chance to do that, we're going to break into breakout rooms so that you can ask deeper questions about a program that you think is appropriate for your business. So I'm very, very happy to introduce to you today Paula Hopkins. Paula is with Invest Ottawa, and she is the manager of the early stage team. And Paula is going to be talking to us today about the Digital Main Street program. So Paula, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, Lynn. And welcome everyone, and thanks for taking the time today to spend with all of us. Yes, I'd love to share the Digital Main Street program with all of you. So as Su-Ling said, that a lot of these programs that are being offered right now are free or low cost. This program, the Digital Main Street program, is absolutely free. So every aspect of our program is free, and there's many different aspects to the program. So I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to kind of break down, you know, the offerings that are there for business owners, and then again, be open to questions in the chat room when we break out. But the Digital Main Street program, actually it was launched because of an existing program called Digital Main Street that was super successful. And so once COVID hit, they took the success of this original Digital Main Street program and added to it. And so what you can get with the Digital Main Street program in Invest Ottawa is different pillars, I guess, that you can enter into. One, we have business advisory services. Two, we have what we call digital transformation teams. And three, we have an educational component, so webinars and events. So essentially, to link all of these together, when you apply to the Digital Main Street program, you will be paired with a business advisor, an expert in the field that you're looking to grow and change in. Our advisors really focus on that digital transformation, that whole strategy piece. They also help businesses determine what's their best first step, because a lot of us, when we're trying to go digital, we don't really even know where to start. You know, what's the best approach for me? Is it an ad campaign? Is it a website refresh? Is it what should I focus on initially? Who is even my target market in this new world? And so our advisors really spend time with the business owners to help them figure out what their next steps are. So those are there for up to about 6 to 8 hours in length that you can have with a business advisor. From there, once you start with your business advisor, then they determine what your first or second step is on your digital transformation, and they hand you off to what we call our digital transformation teams. These digital transformation teams are teams of 5. They're made up of co-op students and new grads that have expertise in copywriting, graphic design, web design, user experience, and I'm forgetting the last one. Anyways, there's 5 expertise on a team, and you get paired with a team, and this team will now, for free, do tactical work for you. So if you need an ad campaign designed, they'll do that. If you need your website tweaked or a visual refresh on it, they can do that for you. They can help you figure out what kind of target market is best for you as far as your social, and help you find that new social target market or target clients. So there's a lot that the digital transformation teams can do. Once those interactions with the digital transformation team last about 2 weeks. So it's fairly quick, but they do really great output for business owners. At the end of the 2 weeks, you're linked back up with your business advisor, and we have about 18 different business advisors in this program. And so you may start with one, but then if your expertise goes from transformation strategy to now needing to really talk to somebody about your branding or, you know, digital marketing, the tools and techniques, then we will fit you with the advisor and move you to the advisor that can help you the best. So you're not necessarily just with one, but you might be just with one. It depends on every business need. And so that's essentially the flow there. So you join, you get a business advisor, they help you, you get a transformation team, they provide content for you, you come out of the other side, you go back with your advisor and you work on other things, and then you move out of the program in a better world, in a better situation to be able to, you know, increase your customers, increase your revenue, learn about how we're going to function in this new world that's coming and we're in right now, because everybody's been impacted. So we're needing to figure out these new customer habits, right? And how we now function with those. And so that's essentially the biggest part of the digital transformation, or the Digital Main Street program. I mentioned also the third component were webinars. Those you don't have to apply to the program to take advantage of. On our Invest Ottawa website under Digital Main Street, we're offering continual webinars based on helping business owners figure out where to go next. So like we've got an ad campaign webinar coming up. We have multiple webinars that are being offered on a regular basis that are just free to the public. So anybody can join at any time, those webinars. So essentially that's what we call our future proofing program under the Digital Main Street, under the overarching Digital Main Street program. So I'm sure some of you in the room have also heard of Shop Here. That is also part of this overarching program. So if any of you in the room don't have an online store, then the Shop Here program would be your first start. We don't oversee that as Invest Ottawa, but it is good for you to recognize that as the Digital Main Street, the overarching Ontario program, if those businesses do not have any kind of online presence or shopping cart available, Shop Here is your first step. And they get you online fast. And so that's what that program does. It works with students and new grads as well. And they work with you directly as a business owner to get your shopping cart up and ready. And then from there, you can move to our future proofing program with our advisors and our digital transformation teams. And as I mentioned, all of that is free to the business owners. So I think that about covers it. I'll turn it back over to Lynn.
Great, thank you so much, Paula. So for our guests that slipped in a little bit late after the introduction, we're going to have an overview of each of the three programs, Digital Main Street, the Trade Accelerator program, and the Recovery Activation program. And then when the three presentations are completed, you'll have an opportunity to go into a breakout room and explore one of these programs that you think is most appropriate for your business in a little deeper depth. So now that Paula has given you a little bit of insight into Digital Main Street and the future proofing through Invest Ottawa, I'd like to introduce you to Vincent Custode. He is with the Toronto Region Board of Trade as the Manager of Stakeholder Relations, and he's also overlooking the Recovery Activation Program. So Vincent, I'm going to turn it over to you now.
Thank you, Lynn. I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm going to use a visual aid. Great to hear about Invest Ottawa and the Digital Main Street program. It's an amazing program, and I think the Recovery Activation program actually nicely complements the great work that they're doing over there. So happy to talk about that today. So as I mentioned, it's called the Recovery Activation program, and that term is a bit misleading at times because while recovery is obviously an important element of what we're talking about, it's so much more. And really what we're trying to focus on is not just recovery, but thriving and growing and maintaining. In some cases, many have come to us and said, you know, my problem in the midst of COVID is not that I'm trying to keep my business alive, it's that I'm trying to keep up with the demand. And this is not an uncommon concern for Canadian SMEs, especially as they move online. And so what we want to do is through the Recovery Activation program is offer companies who are interested free at no cost programming that allows them to utilize technology to grow their business. And so that's really the genesis, the purpose of the Recovery Activation program is how can I use technology to grow my business? And so, you know, this is a good kind of generic, this is what the RAP program is, but the Recovery Activation program is a series of highly practical online programs that are designed to support businesses to digitally modernize their operations. And so, Digital Main Street does a really great job on a lot of the, ensuring that you have an online presence and as she mentioned through the Future Proof program. And that's really where we focus exclusively is how do I ensure from an operational side that I'm utilizing technology to grow my business, to become more efficient, to become more agile. And so, that's really the focus of the program. And it all starts by taking your free digital needs assessment. Now, the DNA, as we like to call it, because we love our acronyms, is a free assessment tool that was created by KPMG that allows any interested company at no cost to them to get a free assessment of their company's digital maturity. And so you're actually going to go through, so you pour yourself a coffee, you sit down, you go through about a 30-minute survey of your company, and at the end of which it's going to produce a comprehensive report that benchmarks your company's digital maturity against companies of a similar size in a similar sector. And it's going to provide you with a roadmap for where you perhaps can use some improvement, where you're doing well, but perhaps even better than you thought. And really, this is a standalone report. It doesn't mean that after that you have to participate in programming if you're not interested, if you don't have time. We totally understand. But I really do highly recommend anyone who's interested in taking this assessment tool to do it, because you're getting essentially a free consultation from KPMG on your company's digital maturity. And as you can see, it produces a sleek report that you can go through, and it's going to benchmark you on all of these different areas. So customer experience, interactions, security, operations, products, strategy, technology. And so at the end of it, you're going to get a really good review of your business. So it's a moment of pause to focus on, again, the operational side of your business, and perhaps where you can make some tinkering and some adjustments on where you can invest to ensure that you're being as efficient as possible, again, with guys to growing your business. Now, I did this presentation earlier this morning, and I still forgot to update this slide. So this is out of date, but the actual number for companies who have completed their assessment, who have scored below the benchmarking of where they are, is actually at 80%. And I think that this is important because it shows that a vast majority of those who take this assessment tool find out that they're actually behind where they should be from a digital maturity perspective. And again, that doesn't mean that you're not the next Google headquarters. Like, that's really not what this program is. It's much more practical than that. It's, am I using the right financing tool? Do I have a CRM software that allows me to track my clients? That allows me to grow my sales pipeline? You know, am I utilizing the technology that is available, that is relatively inexpensive, that can make a 5-hour process into a 1-hour process? And as a small business owner, time is money, and finding efficiencies where you can is so important. And so what we're finding here is a kind of reinforcement of the need to take a step back and reflect on, what do I need to do to grow my business to become more efficient? This is my favorite slide because I think it, you know, nicely showcases what the program is and where you can go. And so you start with your needs assessment, at which point someone from our team will actually reach out and say, hey, we got your results. Based on, you know, your results, your company size, your needs, we're going to recommend a program stream that best reflects what you should do. And so, you know, there's a number of different avenues for each person who goes through the DNA. And again, they're all free. And so, you know, that can start with the Digital Blueprint program, which I'll speak about in a minute. The certificate program, which are a series of 3-hour workshops. They're meant to be short, they're punchy, they're super informative. And then of course, our sales activation pillar. So for companies who are like, hey, I did my DNA, a lot of things need to be worked on, we are offering a 6-week course. Now, again, not everyone has time for that, and we totally understand, but we are offering the opportunity for companies to come in and receive an immersive five half-day workshops over 6 weeks, where you're going to do a deep dive on your company's digital maturity, and you're actually going to get free mentorship from companies such as KPMG, Cisco, Microsoft, and SoftChoice. And so, you know, you're going to walk out of this 6-week program with a very detailed, comprehensive digital transformation blueprint, which is basically a roadmap on how you can take your business to the next level utilizing technology. I'll mention that this isn't for everyone. And the reason for that is, again, the time commitment that's required, which is, you know, significant. But also, I think in terms of who would best be suited for this program, we are very much looking for the medium to large. So 1 million plus in revenue, we feel would be the group that would benefit most from the Digital Blueprint program. For those who say, look, I don't have time, I want to just listen in on 45 minutes, we're offering almost weekly webcasts. We have one tomorrow, and this is an opportunity for you to just listen in on 45 minutes of really detailed, thoughtful conversations on areas ranging from sales, cybersecurity, decision-making, and I encourage anyone who's interested, you don't have to take the DNA to participate, but we are hosting these regularly, so please do tune in. And for those who are like, hey, I don't have time to do a 6-week course, but I'd love to kind of deep dive in on specific topics that my DNA has identified as areas where I can improve, we're offering our digital certificate program. And these are 3-hour sessions on a particular topic where we go, all right, we are going to sit down for 3 hours. We're going to get a group of 40 or so SMEs and a particular content expert, and we are going to deep dive on a topic such as cybersecurity, or choosing the right CRM software, or how to grow your sales. And so this is an opportunity for business owners to say, all right, this is a topic that's important to me, that I identified as an area that needs improvement. And it allows me to just kind of sit in on a 3-hour session, at the end of which it's going to produce a certificate. They're super cool. The reviews have been really positive because they're a really informative 3-hour session that doesn't need you to sit through a 6-week course to walk out with some really helpful information. And then the last area is our digital sales activation. And so this is really the newest part of our program. And we recognize that just because we can't hop on a plane doesn't mean we're going to stop selling, doesn't mean that we want to stop creating commercial opportunities for businesses. And so we're going to be setting up a series of B2b overseas missions virtually for companies who are interested in going into a new market. So for example, we'll be doing an e-commerce mission to China. We'll be doing a trade mission to South America. We'll be doing a trade mission to Europe. And so for those who are interested in participating in these e-commerce missions, we encourage you to take your DNA, which is essentially you putting your hand up and saying, I'm interested in participating and I'm interested in doing more. And we'll be sure to be kind of playing matchmaker between the sales missions we have and the interested companies who are looking for commercial opportunities overseas. I will never go through a presentation without thanking our sponsors, of course. And again, I'll mention that there's no cost, very much like Digital Main Street, there's no cost associated with this program, thanks to the generous support of the federal government in the province of Ontario. So you're really getting thousands and thousands of dollars worth of free consulting for your business at no cost to you. And you're going to get the opportunity to work with some pretty significant stakeholders such as KPMG and the CIBCs and the BLGs. And so for anyone who's interested, I encourage you to take your DNA. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll leave this up for a quick second before I hand it over to Agatha to do some conversations on the TAP program. But I really appreciate the Ottawa Board of Trade for inviting me to speak today, and look forward to having some questions from the group later.
Fantastic. Thank you, Vincent. So I'm also very pleased to introduce you to Agatha, who is the program manager for the Trade Accelerator program. This is one of my favorite programs. I have a soft spot for this one. So Agatha, over to you.
Ooh, Agatha, you're muted.
Sorry. So thank you, everyone. So I was saying that it's very hard to come as the last one, as it's very great program for everyone, as a tool from Invest Ottawa and RAP. So today I want to show you more about the Trade Accelerator program. So we all know that with the pandemic, all the businesses are facing different challenges with international travel suspending, global center of commerce almost shut down, selling your goods or services in the market to just get order. So, however, we need to think that keeping in mind that you can grow your business with exporting. Why exporting is, it can help your company, it can help you to increase your revenue, increase your productivity, gain some competitive advantage, export resources, also access to new technology or access to grants and other government supports. So also we want to remember that the pandemic will not last forever, and we are here to help and guide your company to get better prepared for the future. So we want to get helping you through the Trade Accelerator program. So TAP is innovative and dynamic program that helps small and medium-sized companies plan and prepare for long-term export success. So there are multiple areas where we can help your companies. For example, we can connect with you with industry leaders. You also receive coaching from them. You can develop a comprehensive export plan to have access to resources, contact, and ongoing support through the mentoring session. So since the launch in 2015, TAP has been growing, and we did have a data to show you. So 71% of the company have entered a new market, and 90% of the company are better prepared to do business internationally. And On the next slide, we can see that TAP is been growing across Canada and also across Ontario. So we are very excited to launch our second cohort in Ottawa. We did the last one, it was last year, and it was a great success. And the next one will be in January 2021. So this cohort is also supported by our national sponsor, who are EDC, BDC, LBC, and Air Canada Cargo. So since the launch, we can see that we have 950 companies that have completed the program, and we may reach 1,000 soon enough by the end of the year. So the impact of TAP is demonstrated in 4 key performance areas. The first one is diversity. TAP encourage and support diversity in leadership. 55% of the company are led either by a woman, minority, or first Canadian generation. The second is employment. 51% of the company have hired a new staff dedicated to export activity with an average salary of 68K. The third one is about total revenue and exports. Average growth is 33% in export revenue and 31% in total revenue 1 year after completing the program. And the last one is employment, creating international traders, 71 of the company export compared to 7% on the Canadian companies. So we are here to help and grow your business through the program. So now I'm gonna give you a little bit more details about how it works. So the program is, the first step I will say is 7 webinars for 3 or 4 hours each. So we are offering this program now virtually. And during 7 over 5 weeks, you will have different webinars with different topics to provide you a comprehensive overview of the key aspects of international expansion. And during this 5 weeks, you will be able to connect with key contacts, experts to help you to write your export plan. And if you have any question on your global expansion. So the main goal for us is that you are able to develop a strong understanding of the export goals and objectives, but also establish strategies to achieve them and assess your internal and external resources to implement those strategies. And the last step is a one-on-one mentoring session. As Vincent said, also TAP offer a 30-minute one-on-one with different mentors. Is between 10 and 12 mentors who will be able to read your export plan and give you some feedback on your plan, how to move forward, assist you with some resources or contacts to go global. So this is about, now that we are going virtually. So as I mentioned, we are going it's 7 half-a-day session, and at the end is a mentoring session. So TAP provides a continuous mentoring across all day through different presentations, also with case study, peer-to-peer learning, group workshop, discussions. We also have different breaks because we know that it's a lot of time and you also have your business. So you have breaks to check your email, do a quick meeting or a phone call. So we are very flexible on the format. And also TAP is as a new e-learning platform that supports the cohort. So you can access to different presentations to the platform, also access to your, assign your export plan. It's a secure platform that provides a password protected online, and we'll be able to discuss with the experts on your plan. And so we wanted to also to show you the different subjects that we will cover during the 7 webinars. So on the next slide, it gives you a little bit more details. So for example, in legal and tax, we will have experts on this topic. So for example, if you have a company that is looking to establish a presence in the USA, you will have experts that can help you, give you some advice, but also we will have different presentation and workshop on the subject. We are also a very close relationship with the Trade Commissioner and also different government ministry to help you and guide you on the different grants and support that can help your company on your global expansion. We also have experts who can guide you on how to improve your e-commerce platform, also your digital marketing, but also we're gonna touch about logistics, like what about the experts that are gonna explain, like what about your warehousing, labeling, custom, like everything that you need to learn and help you to write your export plan and get ready to export in your market, in your target market. And to finish on the program, so the company needs to have a little criteria to be eligible to participate to the program. So first, I will say that we are very flexible given the current situation of the COVID. But the main criteria is we request a minimum of 500K in annual gross revenue. That your company needs to be operating in 2 years, but if you have a very good product or services, we are also available to hear what your project on your export. And you can have like you can be already exporting or you are completely new. So it can both help you to get improving on your export or like have all the contact services you need to start. And the commitment that we request from the companies and participants is to complete your export plan by the end of the program. And also, if you can come with 2 senior executives, it will help you to write your export plan. And also, once again, we are very flexible. One person can attend one day, another one can attend another day. As I mentioned, we have a tab platform that we have all the presentation and video on this platform that we will be able to read it again and help you to write your export plan. So this is all about the TAB program. So this program is very unique. It has been created like for a few years, and it's very different from all the academic learning approach. It engages company in interactive case studies. We know that it's webinar, but we are doing a lot of interaction to make this very like fun, and even if it's very like business. We also have different group shocks, mock sales negotiation, and other activities that are hands-on and promote self-confidence. And you will live with this program with a complete, comprehensive expert plan fully vetted by experts. So this is all about the Trade Accelerator program. And Lynn, do I have time to show the video?
You do. Go ahead.
So I'm just gonna put the video.
Agatha, it's not playing on my screen.
Oh, oh. Sorry about that.
My name is Rob Patterson. I'm President and CEO of Patterson Composites, and welcome to our shop. Patterson Composites was kind of born out of a passion for high-performance sailboat racing. TAP has been a great resource for us. Before TAP, we exported, but not a lot and not a significant value. Through all that, we learned all the ins and outs of composites manufacturing, all the different techniques, because everybody wants to try to make things lighter, stronger, faster. And that became our kind of mantra here at Patterson Composites. This project came to us as you see it right now. So this is going to be a 2-seater electric VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. At the end of 2017, we actually moved out of a kind of 4,200 square foot facility, and now we're sitting in a 29,000 square foot shop. I think if it wasn't for TAP, we probably wouldn't be sitting in this new shop and being able to tackle much larger projects like the drone behind us. I think most businesses will benefit from exporting, and I've actually had a couple of businesses call me up and ask me if we thought the program was was a good use of time, and I said definitely. I recommend every small business kind of try to get in with the TAP program. It definitely gives you a better advantage in the international marketplace.
And thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Agatha. Now, before we break into the breakout rooms so that you can have some deeper conversations with these program managers, Agatha, can I just ask you to clarify if a company had never really considered exporting, but they were very interested in exploring new domestic markets, can they leverage the TAP program for that as well?
It's a great question. It's just because we are doing, it's going to help the company for sure, because they will know all the resources and contacts that they can have. But they need to think about where, like, as I mentioned, to grow, you need to think of an export target market to write your export plan. So they can prepare first as us get ready for the future. So the export plan is like we know that with the pandemic, it's kind of hard right now to thinking about export or like what I am doing to do this program now that I can be doing it all digital. But we want to make sure all the companies prepare. So I will say yes, because so the company will have something already in writing to help the company to think what's about next.
Great, thank you very much. So now what we're going to do is send you off into breakout rooms with either Agatha, Vincent, or Paula so that you can ask deeper questions about your specific business and their fitness with those particular programs. So first I'm going to start with Digital Main Street and Paula Hopkins. So can I have hands up, turn your videos on and let me know who would like to join Paula there. So Linda, okay. We just, Paula, Linda, sorry, Julik, okay, got you, thank you. Julik, I have you here twice, so I'll add both of you in, and Isabel would like to look at that one as well. I think I have everyone. Rebecca, thank you, Rebecca. Okay. If I've missed you, I'll get you in a moment. So, and who would like to talk with Vincent about the Recovery Activation Program? Anybody interested in learning how to digitize their